this way. That's I guess we got to keep it in the upright. This is just a quick update video for you Patreon members. Yeah, it's been a bit. Been busy with stuff. So this is the new section. Give you a quick update. These are temporary buildings. I got my MA Metalworks going in there, and as I pan here, you can kind of see I got some background buildings. Right here, I've decided to put some sort of small industry in here for the switchback, because I wanted to give my operators a little bit of a challenge, if you will. Now, also we'll go back here, and if you look, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it, Ogendite grain, but that's the starts of it. I still got to do some work here. These are actually just shipping tubes that we got some stuff in from work and cut them to length, figured out the length and everything. They scale out to about a roughly HO scale 20 feet, 22 foot diameter. On this side, I put in, a little bit of adhesive, or basically not liquid nails, Gorilla, but it's paintable, because I didn't want it to look like that. I wanted them to kind of blend. Styrene on the top, I gotta still trim them up. So that's where I'm at on those. This building is a modelbuildings.org building. And so is this add-on. So as you can see, I can get a couple, if I slide this one forward, that shows you I can in a sense, my operators can unload two at the same time. I am going to be taking this. Once was going to be my scrapyard. I made the final decision that that's not going to be the scrapyard anymore. That is going to be basically for the grain facility, and it's going to be kind of a city setup over here. I'm kind of rethinking. I got to get in some right-hand turnouts for right here for this track, because ideally I'd like to put one in here so I can have another track up there and then have a set out track. I got to get it ordered and got to get all that figured out first. So anyways, that's really the only update. I have talked about my KCS. Let's see here. See if this will let me zoom. You can kind of see him. I know it's crappy, but my KCS locomotive, sound equipped Intermountains. But one other thing I wanted to give you guys is, once you get to a certain point with your railroad, and I did this with my last railroad, the idea was given to me, and I thought it was a really cool idea, and that is qualifying your operators to operate on your railroad. And you're thinking, well, it's just model trains. Yes, it is. But two things. A, once you get them qualified, and okay, they are, and that could be one operating session, or it could take 10, you get them qualified for conductor first, like the real railroads do. Then once they do that, then you can move them on to engineer. Once you do that, guess what? You can make up cool certificates like I have here. Yeah, it's kind of, it's kind of thing, but I make up certificates. Plus I make up these little, this is basically a certificate, but it's a smaller size, like almost wallet size. You hang on to these. If you have a place you want to put them up, go ahead and put them up. You give these to your operators, and they can put them in their wallet or keep them, whatever. Two things. A, it gives your operators something extra. Okay. Gives them something. Hey, I'm part of this railroad. It's just kind of cool, keepsake kind of thing. The other thing is it also lets you train them and lets them learn how your railroad operates. Not every model railroad operates exactly the same. Obviously, we build different railroads, so there may be a switchback or I don't know, a passing siding that you may not want to use, or like as an example, my continuous run loop. Yes, it's used or will be used in operating sessions. However, on a limited basis, it's good, well, not limited, but in order for the locomotives to leave out of the yard here, depending on which way they're going, it has to make a loop in a sense around. It starts off on the inside track and then it has to jump out to the outside track to be, or vice versa, say to be able to get into this, like the new section here, Egremont West, or Egremont East, depending on how they do it, or which way they're going. Also, and I've got this figured out. So once they go from here and they want to go to the upper level when it's done, I've already figured out the upper level. It's going to take a full loop around, well, loop and a half, before they actually get into the upper yard and be able to do any kind of switching. I want to be able to have some sort of length in the trains to run. I just don't want it to get up there and bam, you're there. I want there to be some time. So, and with running at what I have already worked on, some of my operating scheme, with the throttle max that I want them running, which I don't know what exactly scale speed they are. I know what the throttle max is that I want. It's going to take probably 5 minutes for a train to go from this yard, make its loop around and hit that upper track and loop around to be able to get to the yard. So it gives a little bit of time. It's better than some of you just showing up and, go out, switch cars, do this and switch that. And, 20 minutes, half hour, you're done. No, it adds to the length. So anyways, I wanted to give you guys an update. Thank you for your support. Yeah. So, in the meantime, if I can figure this out, keep your train on the tracks.